Good morning, everyone. If you're new here, hi, my name is Alanna and I'm a Canadian, but I live here in the UK. And if you're not new here, hey, how's it going? This video is definitely done in the name of science and not because I want to try 10 different biscuits at once. So what are we doing today? Well, today we are going to find out for once and for all, what is the best British biscuit for dunking in tea? So for this experiment, we are using Yorkshire. I went with decaf because I don't want to throw up later. And I bought about 10 different biscuits for us to try. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 10 cups of Yorkshire and then we're going to dip them all for similar amounts of time to see which one's the best. It's all very scientific, I know. Anyway, that's what we're doing today. Leave a comment down below. What is your favorite biscuit to dunk? Now, favorite biscuit is a very different question. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about your favorite biscuit to dunk. Does anyone want a cuppa? I have 9. Okay, so these were all brewed for 4 minutes, Yorkshire decaf. I personally like just a little bit of milk in mine, no sugar please. So that's what I've done. Some of them are slightly lighter than others and that's okay. You know, we're just out here trying. Okay, so now what? Let's get rid of these. Let's not spill anything. I did a poll on the community tab. I don't know if you ever look at the community tab, but it does exist and I do sometimes post stuff there. I did a poll recently about what's your favorite biscuit. The winner of said poll was a hobnob. And while the poll didn't specify if it was a chocolate or not, most people in the comments said voted for hobnob, but it has to be a chocolate one. So let's start there. This, of course, is the McVities hobnob, the oldie one, milk chocolate, baked with 100% whole grain oats. Look at that beautiful biscuit, eh? What a beautiful biscuit. One thing that I am curious about is we do have, spoiler alert, a chocolate digestive. Now, how will they compare? Because I've never actually done them side by side before. Anyway, cheers. We're gonna do we need to do like a, what's the word? Standardized dunk. Let's do a 3. We want it to feel natural, but we also kind of want it to be standardized. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. That was actually quite short. I'll tell you what though, it's already soft with the 3-second dunk. It's also really nice that the chocolate actually starts to melt. So it's like really, not liquidy, but kind of. Okay, I'm gonna do a 5-second one just to see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's still intact. You know what? I'll tell you that. That's a long dunk in a hot cup of tea and it's still intact. I think the milk chocolate hobnob is an S tier biscuit just on its own, but it is very nice dunked. The chocolate gets kind of gooey, but it still holds up where it's normally quite a thick, there's a strong structure to a hobnob. Do you know what I mean? And so I think it holds its own when dunked in hot tea. It's not going to fall apart. Some of these biscuits I think are going to fall apart, but this is fab. This is a 6 out of 6 dunkable biscuit. Will it be the best one? We're about to find out. Hold that thought. Now, did I need to make 9 cups of tea for 9 different biscuits? Probably not in the grand scheme of things, but in my mind, I figured the tea is going to get pretty gross as the biscuits start falling apart. So each time we're gonna start with a fresh cuppa, all right? I've decided that's just the way it is. Have you left a comment already of what your favorite biscuit is to dunk? I know you haven't. Some of you, please do. You know what? While that's fresh in my mind, I would really like to do the McVitie's milk chocolate digestive. So for any non-Brits watching, I mean, this is an iconic biscuit. And interestingly, I didn't know, 100 years. Okay, every day's a school day. I will say McVitie's really has a monopoly in the biscuit game here in the UK. Pretty much like most of these are McVitie's and then there's a couple that are like supermarket owned, but there's not a lot of variety in like biscuit brands. Anyway, here you go. Chocolate digestive. Which mug would you like for this one? How about my classic A mug? All right, we're gonna start with our 3-second dunk. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Cheers. Okay, pretty good. Now here's the real test, a 5-second dunk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should I be using a stopwatch? Cheers. I'll tell you what, it held up just as good as the hobnob. Now I think the biggest difference, the chocolate to me tastes the same, the chocolate top, but obviously the base of the biscuit is quite different. A digestive is very like uniform, like a single texture. You bite into it, it's just like that digestive texture. It's uniform. I already said that, but that's the word that comes to mind. The hobnob is fun because there's like texture to it. It's like all sorts of shapes pressed together. There's more, it's not so monotone texture wise. Yeah, we're getting real scientific up in here. But this is very good. It did hold its own with a short and a long dunk. The chocolate's fully melting into my finger. Is it better than the chocolate hobnob? No. Is that a hot take? This gets a 4.5 out of 5 fabulous biscuits. I do like the fact that the hobnob has a less uniform texture. All right, there I said it. But still a great biscuit to dunk. Next up, how about, oh, I bought like a party pack biscuits. Let's do all of these in order. So these are the Tesco own malted milk, custard creams, bourbon creams, shortcake biscuit. Nobody suggested the shortcake, but the creams, both of the variety of creams were requested, suggested, preferred. So you know what? I'm a person of the people. You say you want me to do a custard cream, then yeah, let's do it. Okay, before I get confused of which is which, have I just done that? So malted milk, the little picture has like stuff on it. That's what this one is. Okay. Malted milk is up first. Let's use my mug. I painted this. Isn't that cute? Okay, malted milk first. We're gonna do a 3-second dunk. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Still intact. Pretty nice. I think it's hard to compete with a biscuit that has like cream or chocolate, like just like something plain. I think it's hard, but for a plain biscuit is nice. Here we go. Here's a long one. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still connected, but barely. I think for a plain biscuit, this is nice. It's not anything too exciting, but it also like holds its own and it doesn't mess up the tea. Now, it will crumble. This does feel like one that will crumble if you're not careful. Malted milk, perfectly fine, not super exciting. 2 out of 4.5 cups of tea. If someone offered this to me to dunk, I would accept it. So cheers to that. Next up in this package, we have the custard cream. Now this is what I would consider a good solitary biscuit, like a biscuit that would be nice on its own. Malted milk, would I just eat it by itself? I guess so, but it's quite plain, whereas like this is a biscuit I would just eat by itself. Do you know what I mean? Cheers. 1, 2, 3. Intact. That's very good. All right, we'll do the long one. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is very good. Custard creams kind of rival the chocolate ones. It's not something that I thought about, but where you obviously are submerging it in a hot liquid, the cream inside gets really soft and gooey, which is just like a really nice texture. It's a nice overall taste. It survived the long dunk and it was still like a little bit firm, like you could have held it a little bit longer. This is great. This rivals the hobnob. I'm gonna go on a limb. This rivals the hobnob. I'm gonna say 8 out of 9 creams. Delicious. And also a great biscuit on its own. Next up, what a great mug. This one's kind of a funny one to dunk, so I think we should use it in the rectangle shaped biscuits. Let's do, what's this? What's this other one? Shortcake biscuit. Plain biscuit, nothing too fancy. We'll do the 3 seconds. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Not that great, surprisingly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still intact. This is the first one where like I don't care. I don't care for this. I don't think it makes the biscuit better. I don't think it makes the tea experience any nicer. I would rather just eat this like as a plain biscuit, but even then like not super exciting. This is a 1 out of 8. I've already forgotten what this is called. I just don't care for it. Cute mug though, right? And finally from this pack we have the bourbon creams. What mug do we want for this one? How about my Canadian Pacific Railway? That seems fitting for some reason. Have I got tea down the front of me or biscuits? We haven't had anything fall apart. Oh, there's crumbs here though. Cheers, everybody. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For some reason, I don't like this, and I'm actually really shocked. I love these biscuits normally, like just to have one. It's a nice biscuit away from tea. Do you know what I mean? Like just you want a biscuit, it's a nice biscuit. I actually like it less when it is dunked in tea, which I was not expecting. That is so weird. I don't know why. Maybe the Yorkshire just like flavors the cream in a weird kind of way. 2 out of 12, I don't want it. This is very surprising. I am surprised. Next up, what would you like? How about one of the OGs? And that is the McVitie's classic digestive. So of course the one without the chocolate. Gut reaction, I think this is gonna be fine. Maybe not too exciting, but we know that the base of the biscuit is good. Just doesn't have that fun chocolate top. You guys, I'm having a great day. Are you having a great day? I'm going to be sick later. I've already started sweating. You know when you have like a lot of tea, maybe it's just me, and you just start sweating? I think I'm just a sweater. Okay, so we got the classic digestive. This I feel like is the OG, so we should go with my oldest mug. This is my little typewriter mug. One of my girlfriends bought this for me, I want to say for my birthday when I was in college, and it has survived this long. Knock on wood, when it breaks, I will literally lose it. 1, 2, 3. I'll tell you what, I would never just eat a digestive. Like a custard cream, yeah, I'd just eat it on the couch, hell yeah. But a digestive feels like such a plain, like it's a biscuit that you give to babies and old people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm surprised how much I don't like this. It's kind of crazy how much heavy lifting the chocolate side does, because the digestive milk chocolate is really nice. It's a nice biscuit. It's not as good as the Hobnob, but it's very good. It's kind of shocking how much I don't like it when it doesn't have the chocolate. I will also say you have a high probability of spillage, of breakage with a biscuit like this because it's so much wider than a lot of the other ones. If you dunk it and you bite only part of the dunked biscuit, the rest will fall off, I promise you. So you have to make sure like you bite the entire like liquid biscuit, otherwise you're gonna lose it. I'm surprised I don't care about this one. I'm gonna forget about this one in 5 minutes. 2 out of 15. I'm not a baby and I'm not that old yet. You guys, we are learning so many things today. Or maybe I'm learning things and you already know the things. It doesn't matter. We're learning together. Get those away from me. Now, the final 2 that are left are 2 kind of outliers. One, I think will be disgusting. And the second one, you guys suggested, and I was really surprised by the suggestion. I hadn't even considered it. So maybe we do that one first. And that, of course, is the McVitie's ginger nuts, the fiery one. Normally I am not a ginger girly. If ginger is in stuff, that's fine, but as like the main flavor, not usually for me. But so many people mention this in the YouTube poll that, like, obviously we gotta try it. And for that, we will use our bullseye mug. That seems fitting. And this is definitely one of the more unique biscuits. It doesn't have cream, it doesn't have chocolate. It has a completely different flavor to all the other ones. Cheers, let's do the 3. 1, 2, 3. The 3 dunk, you know what I mean. Okay, I'm intrigued. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is so interesting. Now, I don't know if it's McVitie's ginger nuts or just ginger nuts in general. I've never bought these before. I've never just had them before. They are really strong. And I wouldn't like a biscuit maybe that flavorful just on its own. But when you dunk it, it has a really interesting flavor. I am intrigued. I will say, I don't really taste a whole lot of the tea because these are so strong, but the tea does kind of add like a little something. This is really surprising. I did not think I would like this one. If you've never tried it before, I think you should try. I think you should try all of these. You should do your own experiment. I love experiments. Food experiments, hell yeah. I'm really surprised by how much I like this because normally I would not eat this just solo. It's just a bit too ginger, but mixed with the tea, 9 out of 10. I'm shocked. Okay, that means I have left the one that I think is gonna be the worst to the end. Should I have done that? Probably not. I've saved the appropriate mug for it. And that, of course, we are talking and finishing on rich tea. So these are the Tesco's own rich tea, smooth and snappy, carefully baked for a dunkable, lightly malty treat. Now, I hate these biscuits as just an ordinary biscuit. I think these are so plain, like so much worse than just like a plain digestive. I saw a decent amount of comments about the rich tea. Like it was very poorly voted on. People didn't like it. And a lot of people in the comments were like, oh, rich teas are terrible. They'll just like fall apart immediately. I never realized that the actual like description of the biscuit says carefully baked for a dunkable treat. So you're supposed to dunk them. Here we go. 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Oh my God. 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. Oh. I have made a terrible mistake. That is gross. The 5 second was like, it was just wet. It wasn't like a nicely dunked kind of thing. Like some of these are a bit soft. They're supposed to be. This just felt like wet, devoid of flavor. I have goosebumps. That was so upsetting. I do not like this. This has actually made me angry. Get it away from me. Rich tea, you guys were absolutely right. Disgusting, even as a biscuit, gross. Why would you eat this when the UK has so many other wonderful biscuits? And for dunking, terrible. The worst one. I'm actually upset. Does anybody want these? You should say no, by the way. All right, everyone. So what have we learned today? Well, I feel like I've learned a lot. I'm going to go out on a limb and say you guys were right about everything. You were right that the rich tea suck and they're terrible for dunking. You were right that the ginger nuts are really nice, surprising, dunkable treat. And you were right that the chocolate hobnob is the best British biscuit to dunk. I totally agree. Oh, I missed some biscuits. You guys want them? I totally agree with everything you guys said. You are absolutely right. Spot on the money. This has actually been really fun. I hope you guys had fun too. If you have another like food experiment type thing, please let me know. You know I'll do it. If it's British food related, I'm there. If you're still watching and you would like to watch another video of mine, which honestly would be really nice, YouTube loves when you watch a video and then you watch another video from the same creator. It actually helps so much. If you like to watch something else, no worries if not. I know I just kind of pressured you into it. If I can suggest something a little bit different, how about this one? I did a Northern food taste test picnic, and I had a great time. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, bye!